Hello, welcome to the Sports Chowdown. I'm your host, Red Velvet. With me, as always, Uncle Lum.
Hello.
And we have a lot to talk about. Today. There's a lot. We have a couple new sports added on. Well, sports programs, and we're learning as we go with these.
Yeah.
We're learning there's a lot of numbers involved.
It'll be ever changing.
Ever changing. I just saw a short person through my window.
Was it one of your family members?
I don't know. I just saw top half of the head going by a window.
Well, this could be interesting. We may have a visitor.
I don't know. We may have a visitor, and might do a missile drop kick. I don't know. Or it could be a ghost. We're going to find out.
Don't missile drop kick one of your children.
No, I won't do that.
That would not be a good thing.
They know how to block that. They just swap me there.
It's happened before.
But we had a podcast drop today. Who was it? Trent Montag
Trent
today?
Montag, yeah.
Trent Montag. That was a fun story about backyard wrestling, pursuing to be Hollister models, and military.
Yep.
Those are the three things I can remember off the top of my head. But
yeah. Talk about amusement parks too.
We did?
Yeah. That was right after I got back from Indiana Beach. So
yeah.
We were heavy into roller coasters and how when you get old you can't ride them anymore.
If you sit in the middle, you can.
I can ride them, but it was a lot.
Yeah, but if you sit in the middle, it's not as jerky.
Okay.
That's also meant for the big people.
Pro tip.
Yeah. Pro tip. I'm a big person, so I ride in the middle now. Just as fun. Just don't get beat up as much.
You just don't get a concussion while you're on it.
Well, you might. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm just dumb. Anyway, we're going to start with Northview Volleyball. This weekend, they participated in the Brebeuf Invitational. And the Brebeuf.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I saw that figure.
I saw it this time, too.
Yeah.
There is for sure someone outside of your house.
Okay. We
have visual.
We have patrol.
I'm not sure who it is. Oh, it's our interview.
Yes. Come on in. So
you were correct. You did see a person's head.
I told you I did. So,
well, do we want to hit our sponsors real quick?
Yes, hit our
before we
sponsors.
get too far?
We're all over the place. We want to thank our gold sponsors for letting us do what we do. Pappy's Barbecue, meet, eat, repeat. Wabash Valley Plumbing, they lay pipe. That's our slogan, not theirs. The U.S. Lawns of Terre Haute, they mow grass. RJ's Formal Wear, they have sweet suits. ML Productions, they make movies. Stitch Brands, they embroider stuff. Peak Performance Gym, no peak, no results. Wabash Valley Adult and Teen Challenge, meeting you at the crossroads of addiction. And Blue Anchor Roofing and Restoration, they fix stuff.
And that phone number's wrong.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, we're a digit off, so we learned
Great
that.
to know.
I got to fix that, too.
Okay.
Sorry, Tommy.
We're going to start off Northview Volleyball, Brebeuf Invitational. They were the Brebeuf Invitational champions.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they went 3-0 for the weekend. They beat Evansville Memorial 2-1, not Danville 2-1, and Brebeuf 2-1.
Nice.
We have some stats. A lot of numbers in volleyball.
Okay.
Kiara Lucas, 54 kills, 2 aces, 9 blocks, and 57 digs.
I don't think you should kill 54 people in an afternoon.
I think it was the ball.
Okay, that's good.
Brady McDonald had 3 kills, 2 aces, 93 digs, and 5 assists.
I'm assuming that's good.
Yeah.
That's very high.
Carson Buck, 20 kills, 5 aces, 7 blocks, 21 digs, 44 assists.
Goodness gracious.
It's like a regular John Stockton out there. Alexis Strala had 10 kills, 2 aces, 7 blocks, and 15 digs. And Rachel Rounds, 4 kills, 16 blocks, and 5 digs.
Nice. Congratulations.
Now we move over to Northview Football. They participated in the Jamboree. You want to go over those?
Sure. I was going to let you do it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's sentimental for you this year. So
yeah, I'm going to start crying. Thanks a lot, jerk.
I was just going to let you do it.
4 scores. It was the Jamboree.
7 years ago.
Yeah. This is just the Jamboree, so the scores may not matter. Plus, they weren't official. It was just me watching game tape. Terre Haute North faced off against South Vermilion, and the North pulled away 18-6. And then Northview faced Terre Haute South. South won 12-6. Knights faced South Vermilion in a 6-6 tie, and then North faced South in a 6-6 tie. Once again, could be wrong. Anyway, we have some stats for Terre Haute North for the night. Zaire White, 8 carries, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns, a reception, and 21 yards. Asaya Minky, 5 receptions for 133. Maddox Woodcock, 1 carry for 10 yards, 7 pass completions, 181 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice.
Harrison Witzel, 1 carry, 4 pass completions, 65 yards, and a tud. Josiah Bennett had a carry, 13 yards, 2 receptions for 29 yards and a touchdown. And then Jarrett Cottrell, a reception, 26 yards, and a touchdown.
Great job.
Then on the defensive side, Samuel Wehart had 5 tackles. Jackson McDonald, 4 tackles, 1 for a loss, and a sack. Brighton Sanders and Dawson Cheshire, 3 tackles. Aiden Bender, 2 tackles, 1 for a loss and half a sack. And then Bruce Solomon, 2 tackles and a pick.
Nice.
Now we have Northview. Sorry, I got a back cramp.
You got this.
And drinking
Fight
up water
through
today.
the pain.
For Northview on the offensive side, Colton Bath had a carry for 12 yards, 9 pass completions, and 123 yards and a tud. Slade Fell, 6 carries for 54 yards, a reception and for 3 yards. Avery Perry, 2 carries, 8 yards and a tud. 4 receptions, 27 yards and a tud.
Nice.
2 touchdowns for Mr. Perry. And then Gibson Schimmel had a carry for 10 yards and 2 receptions for 47.
Great job.
And Cooper Schimmel, 2 pass completions for 15. And then Slade Fell led the team with 7 tackles, 1 for a loss, followed by Carter Kump with 4. Devin Orman had 3 tackles, 3 for a loss. Mason Sutherland had 3 tackles. Brandon Brewer, 2 tackles and 1 for a loss. And now over to you. We're going to do South V.
All right. South Vermilion on the offensive side.
I just want to hear you pronounce his name.
Oh, thank you. Dominic Garzolini.
There you
4
go.
carries, 12 pass completions, 152 yards and a touchdown. Parker Weir, 3 carries, 10 yards, a touchdown, and a reception for 21 yards. Dylan Hill with 5 receptions for 79 yards and a touchdown. And Dallas Coleman with 3 carries for 10 yards and 3 receptions for 27 yards. Then on the defensive side, Alex Schreierock with 5 tackles. Christian Peace with 4 tackles. Britton Sisk with 3 tackles, Parker Weir with 3 tackles, and Dylan Hill with 2. Great job. Then we move on to Terre Haute South. On the offensive side, Brady Wilson, 1 carry for 3 yards and 15 pass completions for 251 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Big day.
Very big. Great job. Treva Branch with 3 carries, 14 yards, and a reception for 31 yards and a touchdown. Armani Suggs with 2 carries, 11 yards, 4 receptions for 64 yards and a touchdown. And Coy Bender with 2 receptions for 50 yards and a touchdown. Then on the defensive side, Armani Suggs with 4 tackles, Treva Branch with 3, Brody Smith with 2 tackles, a tackle for a loss and a sack. Jaden Hool with 2 tackles, Gavin Baszler with 2 tackles, and Michael Wilson with 2.
All right. And then we'll move on. We have some other varsity announcements. Greencastle faced Southmont, and this is from Coach Stevens. They had a good showing. Varsity defense didn't allow Southmont to score. The only score Southmont had was on the mixed group of varsity and JV right there on the goal line.
Nice.
He was real happy with the way the defense had played. And then South Putt versus Sullivan. South Putt ran the ball well and shut down Sullivan's run game. Briar Cook and Ty Benton each had a touchdown. Wyatt Mullen threw 2 touchdowns, 1 to Branson Enzer Hanley and 1 to Zach Dorset. And then on the North Central Jamboree, they faced off against Riverton Park, Cascade, and Park Heritage. Lane Fagley, 3 carries, 23 yards, a touchdown, 18 pass completions, and 278 yards for 3 touchdowns. And then Sawyer Cox, 5 receptions, 120 yards, and a tud. DJ Suggs, 7 receptions, 100 yards, and a tud. And then Ryland Cox had 3 receptions, 20 yards, and a tud.
Great job.
And then Ben Davis scrimmaged Westfield, and they will take on Cathedral this week. We have soccer. We have a new program.
All right. Indian Creek versus Northview, 3-1. Indian Creek gets the victory.
That was the boys.
On the boys' side. And then Northview took on Indian Creek on the girls' side. 7-0. Knights get the victory. Stats for this game: Lauren Tilley, 3 goals, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Addie Modulin, 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Ava Harper with 2 saves, and Carson Stim with 2 saves.
Great job. And then we have another new program.
All right.
North Clay Cross Country. They went to the Puckett invite, The girls placed first, and the boys placed second, only taking second by a point.
Oh, good job.
For the boys, there were 79 total runners. Easton Sinclair finished first overall. Nathaniel Beebe placed 6th. Emmett Heiliger 7th. Jack Mullenix 12th. And Colton Gardner 24th. And then for the girls, there was 57 total runners. Lauren Horn finished 5th. Lainey Hughes 6th. Blakely Hughes 8th. Emma LeBrun 16th. Lily Loden 21st. And Kinley Hughes 22nd.
Great job.
Great job. And then we have some CCSL Transition League softball.
We have Stitched versus A+ Plurintine. I did not say that word correctly. Let's see. 8-1. A+ gets the victory. On the batting side for Stitched, Maddie with a hit and an RBI, and Vivian Moore with a hit and 2 stolen bases. And then we had number 3 with a hit.
Good job, number 3. Over to the CYFL, Black Knights versus Silver Knights. The Black Knights win 26-0.
What league is this?
This is Pee Wee.
Okay.
Yes. Drake Pettiford had 3 touchdowns. I feel like he scores every week.
Multiple touchdowns every week.
And Maddox Abram had a touchdown. For the defense, Max Pierce, 10 tackles, 5 sacks. Drake Pettiford with 5 tackles. Maddox Abrams, and Krieg Moore with 4 each. And then the Maroon Knights faced Owen Valley and got, I believe, their first victory of the year, 31-27
Good
Knights.
job.
On the offensive side, Asher Loudermilk had 4 touchdowns, and Jace Barker had 3 2-point conversions and an extra point conversion.
Nice. Congratulations.
Now we have Junior League CYFL action. I'm scrolling over.
You're good. Junior League. The Black Knights take on Owen Valley. 12-6. The Black Knights win in OT. Great work. On the offensive side, Dalton DeWig, 14 carries, 49 yards, and a pass completion for 10 yards. Kason Keith with 5 carries for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Good job.
Kyler Keith with 2 carries for 6 yards. Bryson Silvers with 4 carries for 8 yards. And River Trussler with a reception for 10. They had a gritty offensive line after some halftime adjustments from Cooper Deal, Connor Whitehead, Blaze Branson, Stephen Gearsey, Colin Jury, and Wyatt Hayes. And then on the defensive side, Dalton DeWig with 8 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a sack, and a fumble recovery. Bryson Silvers with 6 tackles and a fumble recovery. River Trussler with 6 tackles. Kyler Keith with 5 tackles, an interception, and a forced fumble.
Good job.
Colin Jury with 4 tackles, a tackle for a loss, and a fumble recovery. And Kason Keith with 4 tackles and a tackle for a loss.
All right.
Then we move on to the Silver Knights versus Owen Valley. 27-6, Knights get the victory. On the offensive side, Landon Zabo, 8 carries, 95 yards, a touchdown, and an extra point. Big day. Lucas Harrison, 7 carries, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an extra point. Another big day.
Good job.
Carter Burnett, 3 carries for 31 yards and a touchdown. Great job. Earl Donald, 4 carries for 6 yards and an extra point. And Grayson Forker with a carry for 3 yards. Then on the defense, Parker Neese with 4 tackles for a loss. Lucas Harrison with 3 tackles and a tackle for a loss. Carter Burnett, 3 tackles and a tackle for a loss. Earl Donald with 2 for a loss. And Johnny Intrican,
Johnny Pot Roast,
2 for a loss.
All right. Good job.
Thanks. I'm trying my best.
Yeah. I was talking about Johnny Pot Roast.
You're talking about my reading
I
skills.
like hearing Johnny Pot Roast's name.
I see why you call him Johnny Pot Roast, because I was struggling. I could only sort of see the name.
That's how he spells pot roast.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. I The Maroon Knights then took on the White Knights. 12-6 and a double overtime victory.
Ooh.
The Maroon get the win. On the offensive side, Buster Ray with 10 carries, 72 yards, and a pass completion and a touchdown. Landon Pestoff with a reception for a touchdown. Jackson Pestoff with 8 carries, 34 yards, and a touchdown, and had the game-winning touchdown.
Yep.
And then Lincoln Powell with 8 carries for 34 yards. On the defensive side, Jackson Pestoff leads the way, 7 tackles and an interception. And brother, not too far behind him, Landon Pestoff with 5 tackles and an interception of his own. And then Max Osborne and Buster Ray both added 5 tackles apiece.
Look at those Pestoff brothers.
Great job.
Now we move to the Senior League. Black Knights versus Silver Knights. The Black Knights win 19-6. It was a pretty good game, you said, didn't it?
Yep, it was a very good game.
Jet Barker had 84 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pass completion. Caden Longo, 47 yards, a touchdown, a pass completion, 20 yards, and 2 extra points. Bentley McVeigh had 40 yards. And then on defense, Jet Barker, 7 touchdowns. Jonah Harrington, 4 tackles. Or did I say 7 touchdowns?
You did. It's okay.
Jet Barker had 7
We had
tackles.
another long weekend.
Yeah, long
These Monday
weekend.
shows get a little dicey.
Jonah Harrington, 4 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss. Ethan Shaley, 3 tackles. Caden Longo and Jerome Robinson with 2 apiece.
Great job.
Then the White Knights took on Owen Valley. White Knights get their first dub, 12-6. Javon Robinson, 6 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. Gavin Hendricks, 3 carries, 22 yards, and a touchdown. Crease Staley, 3 carries for 12. And Ben Ader, 3 carries for 5. Iverson Vaughn led the defense, 8 tackles.
Dang.
Jameson Pierce getting down and dirty on the line with 7 tackles. Nelson Norton had 4. Gavin Bowling and Crease Staley and Ben Ader all had 3.
Good job.
Then the Maroon Knights travel to Terre Haute and they take on the Junior Braves. The Maroon Knights win 19-6. Ryder Neville, 4 carries for 10. Eli Marlowe, 2 carries for 25 yards. Nolan Thiemann had a reception for 12. Max Rates, 5 carries, 24 yards, an extra point. 1 return for 14, and Colt Sims, big day for him. 7 carries, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pass completion for 12 yards.
Dang, great job.
They had 208 yards total offense, and shout out to the O-line for their best performance yet. almost all of them got 2 pancakes. Max Brown, Colton James, Tucker Cooksey, Hank Booz, Zeke Gosser, which helped Colt Sims get the 150 yards and 3 tuds.
Great job, boys up
big
front.
boys up front. On the defense, Colton James had 8 tackles.
Great
Colt
job.
Sims was 7. Jeremiah Dickinson, 4 tackles, 1 for a loss. Braylon Bruce, 3 tackles, 2 for a loss.
Nice.
Reed Robinson had 3 tackles, 1 for a loss.
Great job, kids.
And then Coach wanted to shout out Colton James was a monster on defense.
Good work.
Now, Greencastle Youth.
We move on to the Greencastle Tiger Cubs versus Cascade. 14-6. Cascade get the victory. Aiden Dayhuff with 60 yards. Hunter Monroe with 45 yards. Tucker Hatfield with 20 yards and a touchdown. Justin Gorel with 6 yards. And Mason Goodpaster with 4 yards. On the defensive side, Gabe Whitman with a big day, 9 tackles and a tackle for a loss.
Good job.
Joseph Osman with 6 tackles, Mason Goodpaster with 6 tackles, and Hunter Neely with 5.
Good job. Now we have another one. Clay Youth Soccer Club. The U13 team took on Mill Creek, and Clay Youth Soccer Club wins 5-2.
Good job.
Craig Arvin had 3 goals and an assist. Kyle Mapes, 1 goal, 1 assist. Jamison Stakeman, 1 goal. Blakely Hughes had an assist, and Haley Ogborn had an assist. And then the U15 team took on Mooresville, and it was a tie, 2-2. Tanner Carr had a goal. Jordan York, a goal off a penalty kick. Zach Stick with a save. Colin Phillips with a save. And Lucas Mapes with an assist.
Great work.
Ooh, and it's now
Oh.
time for my favorite part of the show.
Sorry you weren't quick enough.
Yeah, it's okay. Story of my life. We're going to start off. We doing the prep or the youth? We got the youth. We're going to start at Vivian Moore, Asher Loudermilk, Max Pierce, Lucas Harrison, Dalton DeWitt, Colt Sims, Jonah Harrington, and Tucker Hatfield, and Gabe Whitman. And then for the preps, Kiera Lucas, Lauren Tilley, Easton Sinclair, Lane Fagley from North Central, and Jackson McDonald from Terre Haute North. Those are your Red Velvet Power performers this week.
Great job.
Make sure that's all we had. Okay, we are good.
You did it.
We're clear. All right. Thank you for everybody tuning in. We got to go interview some sweet people who have a sweet restaurant.
You should give them a shout out.
The Mixed Plate is here in studio. Thank you. Keep pushing.
Bye.
We're out of here.